Two Bird on a Wire by Freecraft on Loose on AO3, read by Lily6645. This fic includes My Hero Academia levels of violence. That is your warning. Chapter 18, Back in Operations. Summary. Izuku, Keigo, and Shota back to UA. Izuku and Keigo walk out of Recovery Girl's office on Monday morning. They come to check in and get the healing hero to clear them. And true, they are fine to get back to their routine. They walk out to meet Kachan and Hitoshi waiting outside of the room. Hey, we're good to go! Izuku gives them a thumbs up.
How about the teach?
Kachan asked.
He's staying to get some more sleep. No one dares to disturb him inside the RG office, after all.
Keigo explained, and Kachan nodded. Zuzu! Kashi! Shito! They turned to see May running towards them. You liar! You said you will visit my lab when you come back. What are you doing here? May, we are not lying. We never specified when we will visit. We come to visit at lunch or even after school, Izuku explained. Oh, May said intelligently.
Besides, did you forget we get to start the class earlier? Keigo asked.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Then meet me at lunch. Bye! With that, May disappeared into the hallway.
What the actual heck was that?
Kachan asked with wide eyes. That was Hatsume May, a support course student. We befriended on the first day, Izuku answered him.
What? When did you even get to befriend her? I was always with you. Remember when we disappeared before we met again?
Keigo asked, earning a nod from Kachan.
That is when these two befriended her. It turns out the four of us have somewhat the same preferences,
Hitoshi explained. Kachan just nodded dumbly. He already knew Izuku and Keigo could easily befriend anyone. Maybe he thought that was because they were still a kid, but yeah, that isn't the case. Once they arrived at the class, they were swarmed by most of the class members. All of them expressed their worries and surprise, as well as how relieved they were.
Calm down, fucker, one by one. You overwhelmed them.
Kachan shouts, and that is true. They can hardly hear anything. The class is silent and a hand shot up. That is Ida's.
Are you sure you're okay to be back at class?
He asked after making sure no one stopped him.
We are fine. 3 days of full rest gives wonders to your recovery. Though Zu still has a light headache,
Keigo answered him. I'm fine though. Nothing new, Izuku reassures them. The class let out a collective sigh of relief.
I can't help but notice you were so close to Aizawa-sensei,
Tokage said, and the rest of the class nodded. Yeah, what is he to you guys? Ashido asked. Aizawa-sensei is more like a father figure, Izuku answered slowly, turning to Keigo.
Yeah, we have had a bad life being abandoned by our parents since before we manifested our quirk, and everything just gets worse over time, Keigo continues. So we just latched on to the first adult that treated us decently, Izuku continued. But in terms of relationship, you can say that he's our mentor? Keigo suggested.
Yeah, I guess that's the closest word to describe it, Izuku agreed. The class nodded, taking in their explanation easily. Kachan and Hitoshi, on the other hand, knows very well that the twins are liars. After a few more questions are passed to the twins and Hitoshi, they all get to their seat just a few seconds before the door opens once more. When Shota walks in, the class lets out a sigh. They are all relieved to see their teacher is fine. Izuku and Keiko smile, looking at the class reaction. They were happy to find out many people care about Shota. All right, Shota begins the class immediately after he reaches the podium.
The fight has yet to end.
The class stiffen, and many faces become pale. They are all afraid something like the USJ will happen again. Izuku thinks they are all overreacting, but he doesn't think that possibly is non-existent. He simply thinks that they just need to react according to the situation.
In 2 weeks, there will be a sports festival.
The class let out a collective sigh, and Izuku chuckled at his classmates' antics.
Don't half-ass this. This event will be the one that decides whether you will get an internship or not.
The murmurs die down, and the class back into attention. It still amazes Izuku how fast his classmates can switch from one thing to another.
For that reason, use these 2 weeks to prepare. If you want to use the gym after school, you can come to me.
That seemed to be the end of Shota's explanation, so Izuku raises his hand.
Yes.
Shota acknowledges him. Do all of us need to participate? Izuku loves to watch the UA Sports Festival, but he never wants to participate in it. Keiko also nodded his head as he had the same question as Izuku did.
No, because of the recent accident, we agree that UA Sports Festival this year isn't mandatory. If you decide you don't want to participate, that is fine. You also don't have to worry about internships as UA has some collaborators.
Thank you, Sensei! Izuku and Keiko say at the same time. At lunch, the four of them go to the support lab with extra lunch for their support course friend. When they arrive at the room, an explosion startled Kachan and sent the blast-proof door flying in the process.
What the fuck?
Kachan swore loudly. When the smoke all cleared up, they can see May peeking at the door sheepishly. Another engine? Izuku calmly asked while tilting his head to the side. Yeah! May answered him, and Izuku shook his head. Passing the 2 trays in his hand to Keigo and Hitoshi, Izuku picked up the broken door and placed it nicely by the wall.
How about you take a break? Let's have a meal.
Keigo offers and gets a nod before they all move to sit inside the lab. Hello, Power Loader Sensei! Izuku and Keigo greeted the teacher, who still looked dazed, while Hitoshi bowed to him lightly. Come on, over here! May shouts to them from the corner of the room where she has arranged a few of the tables and chairs. They all sit down and begin to eat. A few minutes pass in silence until May breaks it. Hey! Are you guys excited for the sports festival? I can't wait to show off my babies! May exclaims excitedly. May almost leaves the table to go back to her work, but seems to restrain herself from doing so. Izuku and Keigo just smile and nod their heads. They are both excited to see the infamous UA Sports Festival up close, but not participating in the event.
You two not joining, right?
Hitoshi asked. He seemed to be looking for clarification. Yeah.
We are done fighting for someone else's entertainment.
Resentment leached from Keigo's voice, but all Hitoshi did was just nod his head.
Fuck you, nerds!
All eyes go to Kachan as he suddenly cursed the twins.
What's up, Gachan?
Keigo asked dumbly.
I wanted to fight at least one of you, damn it!
They all blink at Kachan's ridiculous outburst. Kachan, you know we still can have sparring, right? Izuku asked. Kachan blinked at him. It's like the thought of sparring never once crossed his mind as he responded with a dazed,
"Oh. We can even do it today if you want to. Though you can only fight me since Zoo can't move too much unless he wants to get dizzy. Like hell I want to fight a sick person. We can do that whenever. So get your act together first."
Izuku and Keiko heartily laugh. Kachan is still the same. That is the end of Chapter 18 of Two Bird on a Wire by Freecraft on Loose on AO3. If you like this, please go support the original author. Link in the description below. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you have a good day, night, or whatever time zone you're in. Bye, kittens!